word policeman means many things to many people. To the average citizen, it usually means traffic. It is most often on downtown street intersections at peak hours that the policeman is actively seen. You might even say looked out for. But traffic is only one phase of the work of the Dallas Police Department. The steady ebb and flow of every facet of Dallas business and family life moves smoothly and peacefully under the citywide shield of protection of the Dallas Police Department. The uniform and badge of your police officer is your guarantee of the protection of the law. The individual officer behind the badge makes the protection of your person and your property a reality wherever you work, wherever you live, every day of the year. Sometimes you see a squad car cruising a quiet neighborhood, a reassuring symbol of protection to a mother watching from a window or a small boy waving a friendly greeting. For these men in blue uniforms are keepers of the peace. Their presence and the fact that they could be just around the corner makes our neighborhoods peaceful. How many of you have ever found it necessary to call the police? The answer is very few. The reason is that the big job of your police department is prevention. When a city like Dallas is properly policed, unpleasant occurrences are held to a minimum. Major crime stories capture the headlines, but everyday police work is made up of a lot of little things. Things like this school patrol officer protecting young children from traffic hazards. Good police work is also unobtrusive. You seldom see more than 1 or 2 Dallas officers at one time. You would have to go very much out of your way to see this shift change. Yet the Dallas Police Department is made up of 952 officers and 129 civilian employees. Now you see them, now you don't. But whether you see them or not, police protection is one of the prime requisites for the orderly conduct of Dallas business. Let's take banking. You hardly ever think of police officers when you think of banks conducting business, and yet hundreds of people walk in and drive in to our banks every day, making deposits and withdrawals of substantial sums of money. The modern-day Sam Bass keeps pretty much out of the picture. He knows that police protection is always near, too near, to take a calculated risk. Yes, the banking business goes on quietly and orderly because bank robbing is a losing game, because the man behind the badge in the blue uniform is always available and ready for action. A lot of merchandise moves in and out of Dallas every day. Scenes like this are common on Dallas streets. No locked doors on trucks. How easy it would be to pick up a box and walk off. Or is it? A squad car might turn up the next minute. Or even if the thief got away, a chain police reaction would soon result in recovery of the merchandise. Dallas is also the transportation center of the Southwest and one of the most important crossroads of travel in the nation. That too creates multiple police problems. It also means a crossroads of travel for the underworld. Followers of TV detective shows will immediately recognize the line. Check all bus, railroad, and plane departures. Distance affords little protection to the modern-day fugitive from justice. Modern communication systems link up Dallas with the major police departments of the nation, sending and receiving information on wanted men. An important arrest might be made right next to you at Love Field by a plainclothes man, and you would never know it. A lot of unseen drama goes on every day at these terminals while you are exercising your freedom of movement. And this don't just happen. It must be protected. Private transportation on our highways and turnpikes is an even larger part of this freedom of movement. From this toll road to the west, Central Expressway to the northeast, and other major traffic arteries, thousands of cars roll in and out of Dallas every day. It is the job of your police department, your sheriff's department, and the State Highway Patrol to keep this traffic moving safely and smoothly. Generally speaking, the sheriff's patrol cars take over the police job at the city limits. They patrol the outer reaches of the 893 square miles of Dallas County. 16 of the 29 incorporated cities and towns in the county have no police department. 7 have less than 8 men each. These smaller communities depend on the sheriff's department for support in emergencies and additional police power. Both the Dallas Police Department and the Sheriff's Department work closely with the Texas Department of Public Safety on traffic control and other matters. And don't forget, we have schools in the county too. Protecting their children is an additional chore for the Sheriff's Department. More than 35,000 people living in remote hamlets and isolated country homes in Dallas County depend on these gray and black mobile units for protection. Last year, 48 patrolmen working 3 shifts ran up a total of some 2 million miles on Dallas County roads. Even so, Dallas County is becoming less and less rural. Our major plants extend from Grand Prairie to Garland. In manufacturing employment alone, almost 86,000 people in Dallas County go to and from work every day. These people are only a part of our overall non-farming employment of 386,000. From Chance Boyd on the west and Temco and other plants in Garland, the Texas Instruments plant in Oak Lawn and on the Expressway, plants in Trinity Industrial District, in Brook Hollow, the Ford plant on Grand Avenue, in South Dallas and East Dallas, and in the teeming Central City, thousands of people drive multiple thousands of miles daily. This to and from work movement creates multiple police problems at peak periods. Only when accidents happen or a fire makes it necessary to reroute traffic do we realize the delicate balance between order and chaos maintained by relatively few men in uniform who keep our vital traffic lifelines open and the wheels of industry turning. At nightfall, the tempo of business and industrial activity changes. Most of us are safely at home. Downtown, the streets become relatively quiet. Another police shift has taken over. Your night patrols are another assurance that tomorrow will again be normal. At home, you enjoy a quiet family dinner, watch your favorite TV programs, finally to bed, and undisturbed slumber. Your police protection goes on through the night. Protection for your home, your place of business, your central city. Storefronts filled with expensive merchandise might seem to present an open invitation to the criminal. He knows the seen or unseen patrol makes this venture extremely hazardous. You don't see steel-protected storefronts and iron gratings in Dallas, as in many major cities of the world. And the reason? A relatively few men ready for any emergency protect your city while you sleep. All this protection, its planning, its execution is far from simple. Your modern police officer must be trained. He must go to school. Dallas has one of the finest training programs in the nation. Even writing a traffic ticket properly requires a lot of know-how. If a ticket is improperly written, if a complaint is not in order, an officer's work has gone for naught. So the rookies go to school and the veterans come back periodically for refresher courses. A policeman must work smart. He must also be something of a lawyer. He must know the basic rules of evidence. He must often appear in court to testify about what happened. Dallas Police Protection necessarily has a nerve center, the dispatcher's office at headquarters. Here, messages flash through in seconds to cope with emergencies. In coordination with two-way radio, gets officers to the scene of action within minutes after a phone call. It may be a traffic accident, it may be a shooting. Whatever it is, the police are on the job. Whenever you see the flashing lights of a police car or an ambulance, you know that police officers are meeting emergencies to you and I. But the sum total of our emergencies make up police routine. Strange as it may seem, a wailing siren that disturbs you in proportion to its nearness is an outward sign that men in uniform are working to maintain peace and quiet, not only in these hospital zones, but over the entire metropolitan area. The sound fades in the distance. We forget it. We are not worried about the next emergency or community security. We take these things for granted. The police are on the job. Operation Dallas for community security never closes. Day or night, Sundays or holidays, winter or summer. Eternal vigilance is no catchword in Dallas Police Protection. It is standard operating procedure. We enjoy things of beauty. We are protected from the seamy side of life. We scarcely know it exists. We view the tranquil peace of a typical Sunday morning. People in all parts of Dallas going to and from worship. These are the outward manifestations of a peaceful city. These things exist and have their being because they are protected by a group of dedicated men working together with a system and a purpose. Community security is no simple problem in this growing city of Dallas that now includes 272 square miles and 680,000 people. Metropolitan Police Protection requires electronic equipment, high-speed vehicles, and scientific methods. More than that, community security depends on the courage and integrity of your police department from top to bottom. Dallas life goes on orderly and peacefully because your police department has these qualities. The buildings on the Dallas skyline are set in bedrock that came into being ages ago. The life that centers around that skyline exists under the protection of our laws that have life and meaning because their enforcement is founded on the courage and integrity of the man behind the badge, the individual officer. His job is to protect you.